to trick.
Really are gonna need another person. Okay.
Take it.
Yeah.
Hey, vamos, got it.
Come on.
If anybody can save a puppy, it's gonna be. He will do whatever it takes.
Hello there.
What's up? Who done?
Come on, baby.
Right.
Good job.
I know you guys were
Another breath.
delayed in this ever. That was my bad. I was beating the shit out of people on the Batman game. It seemed really freaking easy today.
A little bit of mouth to mouth.
So I think maybe tomorrow, if we game, we're gonna be doing a different game, like maybe some shoot 'em up games. How about that? But we are doing some planning. Gotta make phone calls. We gotta essentially see what our moves are, what we can do as we're nearing the moving. It was amazing. I kicked ass. Falcone's men didn't stand a chance that time. I was not even pissed off. Okay. Now, I'm going to go and get the notebook real quick.
Unfortunately, every city that we took families from has the same situation. We need to get them treated staff. So I'm going to give Duluth a call and make arrangements for them to pick up this medication. I'm sick of that. The Lutes are coming into the clinic today to pick up their ear mite medicine, and they brought one of the kids with them. His ear mite problem has really progressed, and now he has a really swollen ear. Holy Toledo's, that's a big ear. Yeah. Like the grape tomato covered in fur. He's got a hematoma. He just itched hard enough or shook his head hard enough that a blood vessel in that ear ruptured. And so he's just got a big blood clot in his ear. If you didn't fix it,
All right. So as we go along tonight, I will work on finishing that poem. Just end up telling that guy that asked you out, "Hey, Acid, how's it going, buddy?"
Why do you say it like that?
Because Acid basically kicked me off the video game. Said, "They are waiting for you. Get your ass moving."
Okay.
Get.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I told the Lutes to treat all of their other kitties with this ear mite medication today.
See if anybody stumbled upon one of my
So
pens.
White Nose will be the only kitty checking into the
Oh, somebody stumbled upon one of my pens.
Stole one out of the bathroom.
Oh, no. That's not
Gotta make the list.
These are one of my least favorite calls.
Hi, Mimi.
We got a call from Logan.
I was having so much fun beating the shit out of people. Picture this, guys. Imagine, if you will, open world game where you can have up to 6 people as the Bat family beating the shit out of waves of bad guys. I think that would sell, and that would sell well. Like, that would be the shit right there.
How are you feeling, Mimi?
Alright, let's see here. Around the watering hole, to dull pain on some salt.
So, hun, I was thinking corn steaks for tomorrow and then a side dish whatever we want.
Here, I'm gonna help you for that.
Okay.
We're gonna put your towel underneath it. Yep. It's full of debris. We gotta get that all clean. Can you bring me the sleeves and the iron?
Hold on.
Unless you'd rather have something else. We can see what's on sale there.
Get it in. That's the main
Okay.
now.
You didn't seem too thrilled when I said pork steaks.
Well, we need to see what we have in the freezer.
Oliver.
I don't care. No.
Oh, you are.
No. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. No fucks
Much
to give.
better.
I have no fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry.
You're getting him excited.
Now we got a chance. Oh yeah.
I have no incentive to have a fuck applied.
Alright, now we'll put our stitch across
Have
there.
you guys shown Daddy your new toy?
This is just our second.
Why do they have a new toy? What new toy?
This is a steroid.
What new toy?
It's not squeaky.
Is it stuffed? You didn't!
You gave me permission to get them a big Pikachu. I didn't get the big Pikachu.
Fucking seriously? What? What up, Kevin the Hunter? What's going on here? Hey guys, Acid, I saw he was live in the video game too and didn't know he was going to be live again here. Thanks, Acid Elmo. He wants to go out next Saturday. Where am I caught? What up, Craven the Hunter? It's a weird thing, Chad, but I guess I'll allow it. Better. Hi, Durs. Hey, Mimi. I'm being told I have to turn off YouTube and go to bed. You just got on! That's rude. I'm trying to rhyme something.
His life's in a movie.
Around the watering hole to dull pain on some soul they got up. They get.
We gotta use the loader to get her into the barn. The storm is bearing down on us. She's 93 degrees, normal's 102. We are in crisis mode right now. Now come at her a little bit. Oh!
Okay, we're gonna try something different. Okay. Once mine to be, but the real animal revealed to be live out in the field has its own spiel. It feels and
I put 2 bottles of sugar water. I'll put my defrost on high.
all right. We'll get back to that. Okay. Anyway.
There we go.
No, not Craven, the character from Under. Craven is not a character. No. Craven is from the Spider-Man universe. And all of you who did not know that, for shame. For shame. None of you better.
Which one is that?
She's so pale.
Craven the Hunter?
She's 92.6. She's going down.
You don't know who Craven the Hunter is? What was it, Spider-Man 96? I think it was, or was it 89? The cartoon?
We should push that.
You mean X-Men? Spider-Man 90.
She's so old.
There was a Spider-Man cartoon back in the day that delved into Craven the Hunter
I
as
didn't
the...
watch Spider-Man back in the day. That's more of a guy thing.
Possibly did break, before we got.
My heart!
I feel like she may be.
This is what kills me. This right here is what kills me. Not the moving. No, the fact that I'm the bigger nerd. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so moving on. Yes, that was fun to figure out. I might just have to put off our poem until tomorrow when I can get it finished. That's right. I gave him the 1-2. The 1-2. I need to figure out how to kick in the game too, other than, putting them in the air and kicking them to the ground. That way I can give him the 3-4. Excuse me. All right. I hope Gio shows up tonight. I don't know where he is. You don't think YouTube got taken off of their usable apps, do you? Look at that. That is Waffles, our Harpic Deer Poke Rights.
want this little owl to go back to the wild. I want it to go
Freaking
hunting and doing
London hasn't gotten nuked, has it?
It's gonna continue to go on the right path. Seems like it's working so far.
Look at that spider butt.
I'm gonna go get a hold of Jeff Jones, Wildlife Conservation.
Now this is, as I said, a Harpectera pulchripes. They are a terrestrial arid tarantula. They like to weave webs. They are very astute web weavers. He is happier when I'm not looking inside of his cage. That's the way to go. Are you okay, honey?
Yeah, my shoulder hurts.
Why does your... Oh...
I got stabbed.
Not by me either.
I know. That was probably my quickest appointment too.
Alright.
Arm or hip? Arm? Okay, which arm? This one. Okay, here you go. Here's your next date. Bye.
I'll make a small incision here on the inside of it.
I don't know how else to get a hold of him, though, other than YouTube and
The Discord.
the Discord. So if somebody knows him personally, could you, like, go and check on him, maybe?
Scratching too hard because of his ear lights. So this hematoma is huge because it's his whole ear. You know, some of them, like on dogs.
Alright, this
Is Spoto.
is our Brazilian blue violet male, Gem. Gem has a knack for trying to bolt during cage maintenance. Now, it has been a minute, I'll give him that much. But, typically speaking, we try to keep an eye on this little troublemaker. Dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it. You can already see where he's thrown urticating hairs. Urticating hairs are abdomen hairs that have been developed into a defensive mechanism. When the spider feels like its life may be in danger, it will take... Oh, it pooed a little bit in its water. It will take the abdomen hairs, toss them into the air with the hopes of irritating the fuck out of your skin, airways, and eyes. And let me tell you, it is highly effective on the toes. I think Durs had to leave. His lady's calling.
His ear surgery. He actually has kind of a hole in the middle of his ear on this side, and a
He had some fucks to give. He had to go abide.
I think we might put him in a carrier. Has Burlington treated all of your kitties for this light medication? And we've treated Wagner's here. He's ready to go home, and everybody should be on the pasture.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. Take it home.
Here we go. Let's go.
Hi, I'm here to see about the screech owl.
Now.
That Jeff I heard? Yep, hi Jeff. Hey man, how you doing?
Is it a rest night? It is, in fact, a rest night, Nicole. There's going to be no exercises tonight. Child, now you are right where I need to set the water dish.
And they're gonna continue to treat him and try to get him back to the wild.
Really? Really? You are not helping. It's another reason why we decided not to go live on time, is because I thought I would have time to game. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Okay, kid. Move your foot. Come on, move your foot.
Then what happens to him?
Move your foot.
Educational bird, they will take him into schools.
There we go. Close enough.
Pretty good,
Why do I see...
literally.
Because you have eyes that work.
Why do you see what? A bald ass? That's because his ass got crass. He decided to cast some hairs in mass. Ah! So caring for these guys is pretty straightforward. You want to keep their cage humid. give them ample water. Understand that once they become adults, their needs are going to shift from eating to trying to do certain extracurricular activities, which is why males tend to try to get out in the first place, because they are trying to dabble in the dew.
103.5.
On a recent mother, the first place for an infection, we really need to look.
It's little butt fangs.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Butt fangs? Are you talking about its spinnerets? What is this? What is this? What is this? Ah! Go get it.
Push it back later.
I have no idea. I hardly listen to her. Pretty sure Chapel Roan is a her.
Infection, really hard to check it out.
Hi, baby.
Can it feel? Yeah, it can feel its spinnerets. They can actually move them
Producer on board too.
individually like this.
What are you doing?
Not female dog, that's for sure. Because he got the snip.
He'd probably hurt her if he tried now. Look how much more weight.
Alright, so this is our other Brazilian blue violet male. He got a full abdomen of hair. Look at that. And his cage is looking a little bit worse for wear.
Oliver, are you a good boy?
Because there's a little tiny itty bitty patch of bullshit.
What?
There's mold.
Oh, I turns out that bullshit. I was able to say.
Yeah, mold is bullshit.
Boy.
I'm not with the pop culture day. I happily live under a rock in that area. Hey, Froggy. Hey, I don't blame you. After listening to some of the modern day artists, auto-tune is soon to make everybody sound like a buffoon.
Take a look at those. And then if we fall and see what
All right. Now let's see if we can work a little bit on this poem. Just a little bit here. Let's see, where did we leave off? Come.
So we basically have
Why did I put that and not
everything in Gabby's blood work is pointing at heavy parasites.
just because you can rhyme it doesn't mean it's good.
Favorite tonight. Wake daddy up to go pee. Not mommy.
Sheep are not big animals, and so they can't handle a lot of parasites.
Okay.
Usually stomach worms, and stomach worms are pretty deadly if left untreated. And really, really quickly. Check this out.
8.
All
Alright. And we're going to try for one stanza and then we're going to go to the next animal.
I forgot Micah gave us $30 for groceries.
Oh, that's not bad.
Hi, Kathy. It's Ben Schrader down at Cedar County
I think
Vet.
it fell off the couch on him. What are you doing?
I have a ton of stomach worms on my thigh. Do you deworm very often?
Moles.
Maybe there is something to that. We've been hearing of resistance to some of these dewormers. We use them multiple times. All we have to do is change up the dewormer in that
Collect.
worm and we'll be able to get it killed. I'll get it ready for you. It'll be waiting here on the counter when you come, okay? Thank you.
Because...
A few days ago, we delivered a litter of 9 adorable horned puppies via emergency C-section. And since the births were a little traumatic, they're in today just to make sure everyone is progressing normally.
Alright. Little bit by little bit. We probably won't be able to read it tonight. Okay, almost everything is starting to sound like the same. It's probably the brainwash effect and the desensitizing kicking in. Yeah, it used to be back in the day that would be a very hard thing to do, is get everything to sound exactly the same. There were so many bands that had their own flavor of music to savor. However, as we are progressing, everybody seems to be following the same general path. When I would kill for some new rock genres, well, not even rock genres, some new rock in genres that we've seen before. Like, for instance, something along the lines of like glamour rock from back in the day would be pretty tight. I miss goofy Eminem. We got serious Eminem right now. Like Eminem that make you laugh instead of Eminem.
His one song was had pretty fun parts.
Yeah, no, it did. Abracadabra, his song. That was pretty good. But honestly, this whole situation is kind of
Bullshit.
yeah, it's plateaued.
You seen what Daddy's doing? He's like, what are you doing, Dad?
Nothing that you need to concern yourself with, puppy. Is his nose running?
Take care of the animals as best you can and live every day like it's something you really live for.
You better not be getting a cold.
Probably another time.
Alright, here we go. Alright. And a lot of the artists these days are getting
Too much auto-tune.
involved with Diddy-esque capades. Yeah, Diddy escapades.
They're trying to change genres that they have no.
Oh God, freaking Beyonce trying to go country. People trying to say now that she's always been country. Like, how far must your head be up your ass to think that you can say that with a straight face?
Okay, I'll hold him. You step it up.
Just watch it. Spend like half of your watch list.
Work on him because you know this is.
You got the water over there?
Yeah.
Oliver!
It's a bad bug. It really takes these bigger.
Oh my God, where's the ice?
It melted before you even started.
Gosh darn it. Pretty damn far, obviously. No, it fucking drives me crazy. And then there are people who are right when they say, oh, it's always been this way, but it's not supposed to have been with certain things in life. Always been this way. Ugh. There's too little. It's like the furthest reaches of either spectrum. It's either complacency or too much change to the point where you have to be willfully ignorant to tolerate it. I mean, good golly. Duchess, what are you chewing on? What is that? Duchess.
What was it?
Something out of the garbage. Bad dog. What is that? How? Where did you even find that? What the fuck?
She chewed on more of that? I don't know what it is.
What the fuck is... Duchess! Not only is this not a chew toy, we don't even know where it came from.
I've been seeing little red pieces everywhere. I've been like, what is that?
She's just like, you're just being mean to me.
Oh, Duchess, we'll find the new toy.
She keeps finding all the wrong toys.
There's a toy when I gave it to Oliver. He loved it until she stole it from him. Dragged it into her kennel. With him still trying to play.
Alright.
Temperature 100 degrees.
So, this next tarantula is fairly near and dear to our hearts. We saved her from a pretty drastic situation. When we got our hands on her,
When we said we'd take her, we didn't even know she'd be like that.
well, yeah, we didn't know that the person that was transporting the animals was going to be leaving them in the back of a hatchback without any source of immediate heat. And when we came across this tarantula that we ultimately dropped money on, she was lifeless. All 8 of her legs hung at the side of her body, and it took 2 weeks of hand watering her in a warm environment to bring her back to full strength. And she has been quite the hellion ever since. Hi, baby girl. Ooh, you're all right. So this is Elasiadora parabana. Her name is Little Bitch. However, she is far from a bitch at this point. She's the only tarantula that I own that will actually let me pet her abdomen. She'll obviously turn around sometimes because she is curious as to what the hell is touching her. Out in the wild, that kind of behavior where you're not necessarily super defensive could get you killed. However, in captivity, it will get you probably paired and mated, because animals that have a more docile behavior tend to be the ones that wind up getting the snoo. It's been that way probably since we went and domesticated the first wolves. Look at that. She is such a pretty girl.
All over his section.
Is he though?
Oh, he is.
I don't know.
Keep chewing on random things.
Actually, no. What gets me is that Oliver and Duchess, though Duchess will chew on random things, they don't chew on anything affiliated with the house. Wolf, on the other hand, has gone after the carpet, which makes no sense because he is the oldest and he is supposed to be the one that's trained the best.
And he's been here the longest, too.
Right? So care for this tarantula is pretty straightforward. You want to keep their environment rather moist. You want to keep the heat up to around 75, 77 degrees. Make sure they have an appropriate water source. Hold on. Ooh. There we go. And you always want to make sure that there are no signs of a foreign spider in the cage. Foreign spiders, like house spiders, they love these corners. Now these hairs that you see on the legs and abdomen, they are a means of assessing their environment. I think she might have a little bit of neurological damage though, from what happened to her at a young age, because she's not very responsive when it comes to that. That's probably why she lets me go and pet her freaking abdomen. Most tarantulas, if you tickle their leg hairs, they want your soul, your whole soul. Caden Hardy, how's it going, man? Look at that. Now this is a little bit of a stress girl, but not too much. I'm going to put the lid back on, make sure the clamps are there. Whew. Freaking count down to when I got to go and run to the bathroom because I think that hot sauce is... Oh, the freaking hot barbecue sauce.
Did you ever put it away?
Oh, I'm going to go put it away. Whoo! I feel my inside cooking, and I think it might be a doctor's visit in the near future. Okay. Now we're going to work a little bit more on this right here. So we're trying to piece together the poem before I go and say it tonight. I should have gotten it done at work, but my brain was not functioning. It's less functional at work than it is here at home, which is weird because it's usually vice versa. Tickle it because they do.
And that's thunder. You are cool.
lady llama was bred earlier this year, and she started.
Really, Brain?
The llama's on parade. But first, a round of vaccines and dewormer for the whole crew.
Okay, guys, ready? I'm gonna pinch a little bit.
Wow.
Okay, good.
There is nothing going on upstairs.
I'm glad you all.
All right, we're just gonna have to wait until tomorrow. There's nothing going on upstairs. That is not good. Why'd you redact your message?
Llamas are kind of wiggly to hang on to.
I think it was because I didn't sleep well last night. I think that's the issue. No, I kept waking up. I don't know if it was stress or what, and then I had weird dreams. I woke up more tired than what I was when I freaking fell asleep. So, we're going to have to come up with a random animal to talk about. There's not going to be any poetry involved because I know what animal I want to rhyme about, and I've got the rhyme halfway down. Actually, do I have it mentioned in the rhyme itself? Maybe I can cut it short.
Yeah, you did.
You okay?
Well, we're gonna give it a little more. She's good.
All right, fine. Sort of the boss. Right now, I'm a boss at a loss. So we're gonna do this.
You actually take their stomach content.
We're gonna have ourselves a great time here. Give me a second.
Belly and see if you can see that mate. One more belly and see if you can see that mate. One more try. We're too quickly. I don't like to give up.
In llamas, there is
No, I haven't. I need to go back and do that.
surrounding Korea, which is a big,
All right, hold on.
not just like a thing that's like, yep, it's right here. You gotta kind of go on a little bit of a hunt to figure out
Ta-da!
if there's one there.
Here we go. I'm gonna read through it quietly, and then we're gonna tackle this. All right. Now, this is not a full poem, but it's close enough.
That looks like a Korea. That's long. And their gestation is 11 months to 12 months, and I heard 13 months. So that's
All right. When you hear basilisks, you may reminisce over a creature who managed to persist in managing to hiss, but miss killing a certain wizard in the premise of a movie we list as one that persists, as a favorite to sit and submit one's mind to the hit that just won't quit. But the real animal revealed to be live out in the field has its own spiel that feels unreal. It shares a bit of flair with a certain deity most are aware is out there. As it tears away from a scare, it's not impaired by a situation where water might dare ensnare this reptile that's prepared to bear such a fate as it manages to abate its chances to relate to predators who wait to masticate on animals that aren't great at moving at a rate that might create a way to frustrate carnivores who congregate. So, not a full poem, but almost. These lizards right here are quite literally built to run on water. The long toes on their hind legs are perfectly adept, I believe I used that correctly, to displace the water in such a way that when they take off, they can literally outpace anything trying to chase them over agua. It's fantastic. This little monster actually gets a pretty decent size, if I'm not mistaken. They are opportunistic eaters. They'll probably eat earthworms, insects, small baby mammals, probably small birds if they can. They do primarily live around aquatic environments because, I mean, they are quite literally built for it. Not only do they run on water, but they can swim on it. Some of them have a neat little sail in the back. Pretty dinosaur-esque, if you'd ask me. Now, these are available out in the market. However, I do not believe that they are an animal that anybody should own unless you are willing to give them a full pond to run upon. Because what's the point of having something that can run on water if you don't give it the water needed for it, well, to go full Jesus? It's the closest thing to the evidence of walking on water that I think we've had in some time. Ta-da! Look at that. Doesn't it look like he's just tiptoeing? That is insane. Yet when I try it, I wind up looking like an idiot in the community pool. Yeah. This guy is just the bee's knees. I don't even know where it's from. Probably should have done more research. 'Tis not the best day for using my brain. Yeah, it's up there right along with spiders being able to walk on water due to the fact that their fur or their size in some cases can actually displace the water and prevent them from drowning. The craziest thing I've ever seen was a wolf spider that managed to get into a water cooler water. Like, it was at the storage unit that my dad had in California, and I went to go and get a drink of the water, and there was a wolf spider on the very top of the water, not breaking any tension, just sitting there. In any case, it's about as much as the brain cell will allow tonight when it comes to information. Of course, if you're going to be owning any animal like this, you're going to want to go and research. Again, I don't recommend it due to the fact that you need to have yourself a pretty decent sized area in which this guy can thrive. Because if you get this lizard and don't give it, I guess you'd call it a water racetrack, a pond of its own, it is going to be probably so freaking distressed. Hey, Nelson Silva, you are coming up on the back end of our animal fact dish of the day. I did not have a whole lot of information on this animal. It's been a day. It's more like running on water, but yeah, it is using the surface tension to propel itself, and the fact that it has extra long toes. Now, when you hear basilisk, you may reminisce over a creature who managed to persist in managing to hiss but miss, killing a certain wizard in the premise of a movie we list as one that persists. As a favorite to sit and submit one's mind to the hit that just won't quit. But the real animal revealed to live out in the field has its own spiel that feels unreal. It shares a bit of flair with a certain deity most are aware is out there. As it tears away from a scare, it's not impaired by a situation where water might dare ensnare this reptile that's prepared to bear such a fate as it manages to abate its chances to relate to predators who wait to masticate on animals that aren't great at moving at a rate that might create a way to frustrate carnivores who congregate. And that is the end of the animal fact of the day. Now, to the next animal. To our animals. And it won't take very long because we're not exercising tonight. Tomorrow will be our core workout, if the dogs will let me.
They'll let you. They'll just pretend. They'll just make it take forever. Yep. I know. Little butt heads. Now, before we go and take care of the usual spider, let's go and make sure that our boy here has got himself some
water that he needs.
And see what we have underneath that.
Oh, right. Might help if I do that. Blah. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, don't certain is it a sea? Oh, it's sea sponge does that? Sea slug? All I know is there's an animal that has its butt where its mouth is, and it takes in stuff and it expels stuff. All right, so you see this cage right here. This cage belongs to our male Brazilian blue violet. Look at those. Wow, he's got some purple in with that blue. That is beautiful. Now his cage is looking a little bit dry. So what we're going to do is spritz it down since he's in his den. And he does have a garbage can for a den. Yeah, sea slug. It poops where it eats, and it eats where it poops. And I don't think I much like that idea. What do you have to do so horrible in your life that you wind up a sea slug? You defecate right after you ate. It's gross.
Here we go. This DK2 and the infection on her tongue are definitely the cause of spasms.
There we go.
It's a great thing that Mary noticed that Spot was eating funny because this infection has taken over her mouth and then it went. Alright, thanks, Spotty. Now Spot can return to a pain-free lifelong travel. Yay.
Maybe what caused me to stay in and out of consciousness last night was a food moving through my system. Spicy. So very, very spicy. This morning I might have cried a little bit before I managed to get out the door. Actually, what happened this morning is I got out the door, got to my car, and the rest of dinner finally made its way to my back door. And I went from, I'm off to work, to, oh dear God, I need back in the house.
That's how you wrecked your pants.
Possibly. This is our female green bottle blue. She is chilling like a villain. We have, I think we said 9 tarantulas. Got 9 tarantulas. 2 of them are male. No. 4 of them are males. One of them is a very old male. Our Monocentropus balfouri male is definitely on probably his last year of life. He is, I'd say, close to 4, maybe even 5 years old. So he's one. He's gotten a quarter of the age of the majority of the females out there. And most males, they only live about 3 years. If it's a different species, it lives even less if it finds a female. So the dude's lucked out. Really has. And we've lucked out because we've had more time with him. Both of his other brothers passed away. We have them both encased in resin. And we will be keeping them with us during this whole endeavor, where we've got to move and then move back in.
That reminds me.
What?
Did he get the package?
Not yet. I don't think. Oh, God. Especially with everything that's happening across the globe right now. Half the country is getting rained on and on fire, and the other half is freezing. None that are poisonous, but all of our tarantulas are technically venomous. Although some of them are more venomous than others, and the centipede is more venomous than anything we've gotten here. There are no tarantula species that have managed to kill anybody with their venom. However, there is one case where an individual managed to get a bacterial infection from a tarantula bite and did succumb to said infection. Of course, tarantula bites are not pleasant, so don't get one if you can help it. In human world, it done by waste management system. Yes, it is. Or also farmers. Fun little tidbit of the day. The local waste management department out in a town called Scappoose, which is nearby, decided that they were going to take the dried processed human waste and turn it into fertilizer for the fields in the surrounding areas that needed to be tended to, which was great because they did it, I think it was like the ass end of summer, and then they threw water on it, and the entire town smelled like shit. And I forgot what it was. I think it was the Saturday market was put on during that time. And you drive out there and you're just like, oh my God, how can people stand it?
There were so many people complaining.
Oh yeah. Let's do this. Look at that badonk-a-donk. Girl, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, you know me. I like to hunt my shop, but these guys kind of were looking, and I found one.
Hoping that's just a stress curl.
Just came available for adoption.
Her legs are kind of awkwardly placed. Might also have something to do with the plastic. We'll keep an eye on her. She could be pre-molt, but I doubt it. All right, here we go. Where do you... Oh my God. I think Acid's actively trolling on my feed. Oh my God. I feel honored, Acid. Honored and a little appalled.
Treated her with a 2-week antibiotic, so you don't have to give her anything, which is great. She also has pain medication on board that'll last another 2 hours. She is very feral.
Wow, hell no. Yeah, tell me about it. Are you talking about the tarantula, or are you talking about the gosh darn whatever they did out there in freaking Scappoose? Oh, that was so terrible. I mean, it probably worked wonders for the field, but right when they were doing the nonsense for the Saturday market, like, honestly, let's go and make sure nobody wants to show up for the Saturday market. Smells like a latrine. I'm having so much fun. That's gravy. All right, so this gal, who is no longer visible, so we'll flip it back over to moi. This gal is a white knee tarantula. She is tropical. Why does it sound like somebody's like right out the fucking door?
Okay, you heard that too.
Oh, he's having a seizure right now. How long have you?
They're across the way, facing actually the right direction.
This dog is a recent adoption.
Taking care of these tarantulas is pretty easy, I'm not going to lie. Keeping the room temperature at room temperature, which is like 75 to 77 degrees, is perfect. You don't have to go and do anything all the way up to 80 unless you got snakes. And that is a whole other ball of wax. Oh, the panini fucked you up? Panini? Yeah. Oh, I remember. Panda Express, back in the day. I believe it took me out. It took my ex out. It took our roommates out. Like, I remember all of us, like, curled up in the fetal position outside the bathroom door, begging to be let in. It was bad. It was horrifying. But anyway, you want to feed these tarantulas, the Brazilian white-knee tarantulas, about once a week. Once they're adults, they're probably not going to eat once a week. It'll be every 2 weeks to a month, which is fine, because as tarantulas get older, their metabolism tends to slow down. Technically like us humans, but our metabolism tends to slow down because we stop being as active as we get older and actually start working instead of playing. But working out is a whole nother barrel of fish. We'll get into that here in a second. Actually, because just because I'm not working out today doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it a little bit. Over where they did that whole nonsense, yes, for like a month, it smelled like excrement. Most of the time it does not. So you got like 11 months out of the year. Everything smells good. Everything's copacetic, I think is a correct word. It's livable. But man, once they go and decide to go and put that crap in the fields, ooh, you're just gonna not want to participate in that. Oh no.
Suddenly caused that issue. Okay, well, let's go get this taken.
Where the fuck did it go? It's up there.
Right here. That's our eye X-ray. So we're on taking these X-rays.
Yes, ginger ale is definitely good. That's what my wife uses. I'm drinking ginger ale. My dad wrote an article about the exploding pig poop. Do coitus, though. That's considered playing right. Yeah, but technically speaking, and here we go. This is it. This is what's going to pop it off.
Have Ben look at his eyes. He's not painful. His X-rays look fine. His cervical vertebrae look fine.
Now,
with the vision losses,
coitus is great. If you could do coitus for 30 minutes at a time, first of all,
People do that?
bravo. All right. Bravo. But for the rest of us, like, what, 6 minutes tops?
Oh, it's longer than that.
That's what she keeps telling me anyway. You are going to want to focus your attention on something that will keep your heart rate up for 30 minutes. Now, I'm not talking 30 minutes of foreplay. I'm talking that age-old word that so many people like myself hate, cardio. C-A-R-D-I-O. It is a pain in everything. It is not good. It hurts. It hurts a lot. Especially when you take up running. Not gonna lie, my least favorite form of exercise is running. That a work of myth. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Now, what I do is I walk briskly like an old lady, and I use an app on my phone that is called Google Fit. It keeps track of how long your heart rate is up for, and it has these neat little things called heart points. By the end of the week, they want you to have no fewer than 150 heart points. I think I got close to 400 heart points in 4 days. So I think I'm doing pretty freaking fantastic in that regard. But the key point, the key takeaway is cardio is where it's at when you want to do weight loss. Now, you can just go and eat less. Doctors tell individuals that they need to eat a roundabout number of 2,000 calories to simply exist. That is the general number, the general set number that they have applied for the average person as to how they can maintain their weight. Now, if you eat less than that, A, you might be starving yourself, but B, you might start losing weight. Might. I recommend taking the other route. I recommend going for long, brisk walks, 30 minutes a pop. If you can do it around town, I've been known to go for 3.5 hours, which equates to 8 miles. When I do go out on my own, and then you got to go and build up muscle mass, which helps with your passive calorie burn, which ties into those 2,000 calories that the doctors are talking about. Those are your passive calories. Your active calorie burn is what you do, like with the running and the jogging and the walking and the swimming. All right, Elon.
What do you got in there? Let's take a look.
Take care of your pets every day from what I see. That's right. And that's the way it should be. And that's one of the reasons why we do this in and of itself, in a nutshell, is A, of course, to garner a following and then to hopefully get enough views to monetize, but to also have individuals that are willing to check in and be like, oh, he's actually doing what he's supposed to. That's great. How much methane do you inhale? Oh, acid. That can't be good for your acid reflux.
Depends on how much the other person barks.
Oh, I guess I had to give. My well hadn't run us dry. I had to live with another shit supply.
Alright, let's see what we're dealing with.
Alright. Oh my god, it's only 9:33.
Any names so far yet? Ricky. Okay, Ricky can work for a girl. Oh my goodness. She's trying to nurse anything. Man, hungry. Let's get up some chicken over places, and we'll definitely want to get her to work too. Every veterinarian, in my opinion, needs to take care of any of these animals that come in our door. How's that bottle coming, Charles? Yeah, we get caught up a lot in trying to make our business make money and do things that pay our bills and see that. Wildlife doesn't do that, but it is an obligation in our profession. This is the dewormer. Oh, all right. That was easy, wasn't it, guys? Yeah. Let's see if this little baby will nurse. Oh, she's figuring it out.
All right.
Ty, I think you can handle this. You want to hold her? I don't think she's giving that up for now. Ty, you should maybe think about going into the field. You kind of know how to do
Don't be inhaling anything after inhaling methane gas.
The thing to do with a wild animal like this would be to have somebody who's
Ain't-
really proficient in taking care of them do that.
First of all, mankind ain't be inhale methane acid. Technically speaking, we do inhale small amounts of methane gas, along with oxygen, probably some CO2. Unfortunately, that's a part of our environment. Whenever you go to the county fair and you smell the cows, I'm guaranteeing you, sir, there is undoubtedly some methane in the air.
That's okay. Your mommy's here.
Collecting as if it's a stank bank.
A string of seizures. After 24 hours of observation and treatment, we're sending him home. But he's not out of the woods yet.
70% nitrogen. That sounds
There's been no more seizures since
safe.
all the blood
Yeah.
came back completely normal. I think he's a little more visual.
Nitrogen, oxygen,
There's really
a little bit
no
of
other
flame.
thing we can find. That leaves basically epilepsy.
According to height and weight and type of exertion, heavy lifts and protein for gains, complex carbs, cardio, in fact, has helped in the past. Yes, intermittent fasting. Some people want to take it for a full day. Me, personally, I just like to sleep in through the first meal on the weekends and push myself through till lunch. that does help, especially on the weekends when I am not burning as many calories because I'm not actively trying to get those steps in like I do during work. Um, you're also supposed to give your muscles and your joints a break because if you're consistently working those joints and muscles in a manner that's rather intense, you are inevitably going to put yourself in quite the pickle. 6 hour window and be consistent. Yeah. Hello, it's me. Oh God, Dark Lotus. It probably does help Darren produce more methane. And helps with his acid reflux. By the way, Darren, meet Acid. Acid, meet Darren. Acid actually started out as a troll on here and then progressed into being a moderator. It does not normally work that way. Plenty of rest, your body to heal while it's 6 hour eating window and 24-hour fast. I thought he was talking about a 6 hour window of intense workout and training with rest and relaxation at the end of that. Unless you're trolling both me and him at this point, in which case I just feel like I need to get some sleep. Yeah. All right.
This is Buttercup. She's a red-eyed white.
Oh, they grow up so fast. Oh my God. All right. So.
I love raising them because it kind of gives me a feeling of peace. I spend so much time with them. It's just kind of like.
I have the wrong kind of gassy tonight. Or is there even a right kind of gassy? No, there is. And it's when you're going to go in and use that to crop dust aisles that people then walk into. And you get to hear their screams and or complaints. That's the proper kind of gas. Not good. 18 and 6, just like fucked up joints. That's about right. What would happen in a forever fast? You would forever sleep. God, I mean, I know what it insinuates, but that much sleep just sounds fantastic. This right here is our Asian forest scorpion. She is so pretty. Hi, girly. Her exoskeleton's looking a little pale. I'm hoping that means that she is gearing up for her first time molt in our care. Hey, child. Hi. You know, say hi? Look at that. Now, care for these critters is a lot like the tarantula. This is a tropical terrestrial scorpion. It needs to have no less than 70 degrees Fahrenheit. However, keeping it in that sweet 75 to 77 degrees is a good way to make sure that this critter is happy and is healthy. Now, she is definitely looking a little bit poofy. That's because she is still digesting that roach that we fed her. However, she is acting like she might be actively hunting again. So,
Mom wants to stop getting crickets anyway.
ooh, what store are we going to?
Probably either PetSmart or Tropical.
No, right, Dark Lotus. Have you ever gotten stung by the stinger? No, but I do play with the tail a little bit. She has never been super defensive. She's never been overtly aggressive. She's always been curious. She has pinched me once, but that's because I literally put my fingers between her pincers. outside of that, it has been a pretty decent experience. She likes to be primarily underneath her flat hide right here. They love flat hides. I cannot stress this enough. They love being underneath stuff that they can, I swear to God, feel on their back and on their bottom. Like, that is their favorite way to exist. If you can do that, they'll be happy with you. I'd like to keep a cool pet like that, but I've made a rule for myself, and I'm afraid to pick it up. I'm not going to keep it as a pet. And I can't lie, I'm pretty rugged and tough. The same thing with snakes. I think they're fascinating, but I'll admit I'm too much of a bitch to pick it up if it gets loose. Yay, Nicole! Generally speaking, just interacting with them, but maybe I am thinking too highly of myself, but between the scorpion and the Lasiodora parabana, I'm doing pretty good when it comes to being a pet sitter or pet caretaker and not pissing people off. Now, don't get me wrong. I have had threat poses from a lot of my animals. Never been bitten by a snake, but sometimes they do get me a little nervous. Belle here is just not wanting any part of this. That is my female firefly morph ball python curled up behind her water dish. She's like, no. And of course we have Mochi, the leucistic ball python right there. We got to go and mist down, water down these cages. We got to clean out Belle's cage a little bit. Ball pythons are definitely an animal that if you were going to start out trying to own something, that would probably be in your wheelhouse, because ball pythons, for the most part, are seen as a very docile reptile to own. They are a beginner pet, if you would. They are considered to be intermediate because of the fact that they need to have like 90-degree basking spots with 70 degrees everywhere else. But outside of that, in the humidity and the needing... Bitch, are you not on there properly? There we go. And needing a water dish. Get those things right. And upgrade the cage every time it gets too big. You're good. Once we move back into the house, my goal is going to be upgrading the cages. Every snake's going to be getting about a 100-gallon cage. We're going to be using fish cages, and we're going to be recreating lids using mesh that we already have outside. By the way, I found the clamp things that we use to make the rat and what is the rat cage. So we've got that. We've got this as our base model for making the lids, and we'll go from there. I've been snake bitten. The same brown recluse. I've been bitten by corn snake, gopher snake, garter snake, but that's the only species. Oh wait, and green racer. Now the green racer was particularly interesting.
Is that like a type of garter?
It's related to a garter snake, I believe. That snake left such a peculiar bite mark on my arm that it looked like I got tagged by a venomous snake. This snake was bright ass green, which in Northern California, where we lived at the time, was very unheard of. So we took the snake in a little plastic container, and we rushed me to the hospital over an hour and a half away. And it was like a quarter of the way to the hospital that I looked at my dad, and I was like, Dad, if this snake were actually venomous, I would be dead right now. I would be sick and not feeling good and possibly in a pine box. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that snake is non-venomous. And we got to the hospital and the doctor took a look at it, did some cross-referencing online. He's like, yeah, no, this is just a green racer. Just go, take it back, release it where you're from. That is a very odd bite to be getting from a green racer because that looks like a fang prick, but you're fine. You'll be okay. Same brown recluse got bit by a surge protector acid. It's horrible. It'll lit me up. Looks like a swelled up, blew up like a bratwurst. Oh man. Technically speaking, true spiders are oftentimes a little bit more, let's call it spicy. Well, a little bit more spicy. Tarantulas are not known for killing people. The only death, as I stated before, from a tarantula bite was from a bacterial infection that was transferred on the fang upon biting the individual. The person died from the bacterial infection, not from the tarantula venom, but rather just from the bite wound itself. When it comes to true spider species, there are some species that are far more toxic than others. The difference between true spiders and tarantulas is their biology. Tarantulas tend to have a pair of buck lungs that allow them to take in more oxygen, which is ultimately why they get bigger. Meanwhile, true spider species tend to stay smaller. I wouldn't say many of them, quite a few more of them have venom that you need to watch out for. Black widows, brown recluse, the Brazilian wandering spider, the trapdoor spider. There are probably a handful more. Yeah, I've never been bit by one of them heavy metal ass snakes where they bleed from your eyes and your orifice type shit. Here in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, our rattlesnakes tend to have coagulating. Honey,
Stayed closed.
there were baby crickets in that. Pick things up and move them before you knock them down.
I didn't know I was going to knock it down.
It was right in front of you. Those poor crickets are upside down and left. Fucking Jesus. Their prey items are already traumatized enough. Poor things. And I say that with every intention to be feeding them to the tarantulas down the road. Don't look at me, Oliver. This is why we need a dust buster. Yeah, I've never been bit by one of those. But anyway, as I was saying, a lot, or at least a few of the venomous snakes that we have, like the rattlesnakes, tend to have venom that will coagulate your blood, cause clotting, potential death depending on where they bite you. There are quite a few people that have survived rattlesnake bites, even without antivenom, but it's going to be a miserable ride. In some cases, you lose limbs. Do not fuck with rattlesnakes. Do not fuck with highly venomous snakes. Now, there are some mildly venomous snakes out there that they'll bite you and you'll get a little sick, like the mangrove, for one. But don't play tag with some of these animals. May be able to get... I had a buddy in St. Louis who was into snakes big time. What's worse is he had a hookup where he would get super venomous pit vipers and shit. I was like, dude, hard pass. I won't house anything that might be able to take me out at night and bumps me off in my sleep. Able to get out at night to bump me off. Duchess, stop it. That is dirt. No, don't try to get all lovey-dovey with me. You were licking dirt off of the floor. Now you've got the hiccups. Sweet Jesus. Double digits football numbers of dangerous snakes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one stipulation if you're going to go and follow in my footsteps. Always know your limitations. Like, for instance, me and my wife, we hit about, I think tops was 11, maybe 12 tarantulas, and we cut ourselves off and we stopped buying more because we knew that for the benefit of the animals, you don't want to buy too many. So we decided that enough was enough. If we were going to have any more, they would be bred by us and sold by us. There are individuals out there that legit hoard these animals. We're talking, they're not professionals and they're willing to keep well over 40 of them. And in my opinion, as a keeper, if you're going to be going alone or even with somebody else, like, doing more than 15 is putting your animals at risk of not being properly cared for. Copperheads aren't the only ones that'll chase you. And oh dear God, if you, as somebody who has personally been chased by a snake, goes to somebody that knows better and tell them that you have been chased by a snake, personally, they will just outright either bully or shun you into submission if they can. And I'm just like, dude, I was chased down and up a fucking yard by a gopher snake in California. You cannot convince me that that snake was not chasing me. I know it was. That thing was out for blood. Yeah, so see when horses mean. Yeah, by the way, not to toot my own horn, but back in the day I managed to get into a cussing match with a horse, an argument if you will, while I was drinking Fireball, and I won the argument. You want to know how I know I won the argument? The horse neighed at me and walked off after about 10 minutes of my bitching at that horse. Good times. That was the first and last time I went barn drinking. That horse is also the horse that decided he was going to start galloping with me on the back.
I had a horse once go in circles underneath a tree where the branch was just the right height to try to kick me off.
My friend Marina, she had her jaw broken because her horse ran her into a tree.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, she had her whole jaw wired shut for high school.
And then
yeah,
every time I would get off a horse, I'd fall.
Nice.
It's not very good at it.
All right, So I take it that my screaming for the horse to slow down probably did not help my case with the horse that I was riding at the time.
Or
No! All right, here we go.
is she? Have you checked on her today?
I have not. Fucking seriously! Flip the fuck over and molt already! She is so bald. She is so bald. And she is refusing to molt. Alright. Look at that out. She's got to molt soon. No ifs, ands, or buts. Well, there's a but it's hers. Oliver, you better not go and do something in that hallway. There is another roach in that damn centipede cage. Oh, give me a second, folks. Oof. All right, so what you're looking at is the inside of her den. We are going to mist it a little bit. We're primarily focusing on the entrance with this water to boost the humidity inside the den itself. I will let you out in a second. I'm sorry, child, but your shit needs to get moistened. She's being so fucking feisty. She's got to molt. Ah, yes, irresponsible. Just because, like inmates, if they outnumber you, their house. Luckily, with tarantulas, they can't form a hierarchy because if they got out and tried to mingle with each other, they'd wind up either attempting to impregnate one another or killing each other. Because we only have one species and one species only of tarantula that can actually cohab. And those tarantulas are Monocentropus balfouri. The rest will cannibalize their own and eat other species that they come into contact with. Sometimes crossbreeding will occur. Duchess, back the fuck off of my heels. But generally not. And even if it did, again, holy fucking... Ah. No. Hey. See, Oliver, this is why you get the short leash. No. This is also a very good way to break your hand. Don't do this right here. Having the cord wrapped around your hand like this. You have a dog that's over 100 pounds. The dog decides that he is going to jerk just the right way, and you'll break your hand. All right. Fucking. There was, and I shit you not, I don't know if it was just a meme, but there was a picture or a collection of pictures of an elephant that had mounted a car sideways, and it had the dong blurred out, but it went across the whole back seat, and the family, and I do mean family, that was out on the expedition out there on the safari, was screaming because there was a stump-sized dong that stretched from one window out the other. It was the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my entire life. It was hilarious. And by the way, we have had a vet show on the television while we went live, and well, they showed breeding horses, and let me tell you, that's something I never want to be a part of. Oliver, get your ass over here. Oliver. It was the worst, funniest thing I've ever seen, ever. Potato. Oh. Yeah, I've seen a few videos where the horses lash out at people that get too close. Like there was one woman that had her, I think it was her arm bit, and the guard actually had to call for a medic because it did some real damage. Oh my god, the dog is pooping. I'd be on a short leash too. Like, we had people going down the street. There was one person walking, the other person on a bike, and the first thing that he decides to do is, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna get it. And I'm like, you ain't gonna do shit, because I don't want to have to go and have you put down. Send you into the next county. Yeah, it will. But this horse reached over and like bit the woman's arm. And the guard's just like, oh, she's really in pain. Constable, medic. Yeah. It's kind of like the giant sign that we have at work. Says hazardous waste. And then people will, instead of following the sign, go over one of the other scales. And we have to back them off the scale and tell them to go to hazardous waste. I'm just like, it's a giant orange sign. It's giant. It's orange. It has hazardous waste written on it. Could you please just start reading the signs around here? You won't even have to talk to us. Oliver, come on. You already went poop. You already went pee. Come on. Don't you do it. You get your ass over here. Get over here. And I'm going to go get my night vision. We're going to go see what's over there in that corner. Through both windows. It was bad. I had a little... Yeah, come on. Fucking big blonde bitch. No, Duchess, not right now. I'm gonna go get my night vision, my knockoff Batman gear.
You know where it is?
Should be right up over here. Is it not? What the hell? Where is it? Do you know where it is? I thought it was right up over here. Well, fuck. Well, that's no good. Hold on. I'm gonna use both hands for these. Well, there's your Oculus, which you haven't played in a minute with me.
Maybe plug it in and we'll play this weekend.
Really?
But I can't play Batman.
It's not multiplayer. We'd have to play like Onward or something.
Batman's also only for the PS3.
What do you mean PS3?
Sorry, not PS3, Oculus 3.
What do you mean it's only for the Oculus 3?
When I looked it up, it said it's only good for those.
Okay, it's charging. Move, Wolf. Okay, so we actually need to find that because I don't want it to get damaged. And that's likely what's going to happen if it's just roaming around somewhere. God, Wolf, you are right in the way. Jesus. It's up over here.
I don't think Michael would put it in the box.
If he did, I would hope that he would tell me. Oh man, that's my fucking night vision goggles. How am I supposed to be low budget Batman without my low budget Batman gear?
Raise your budget.
Oh God. Fuck. Oh,
Find it.
there it is. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha.
Now are you gonna take that yourself?
No! I'm gonna go peek around the corner with this. I don't even think you guys can see. I mean, sort of. Alright, let's go and take a look around the corner. Alright. Could be wrong. Hold on. Is it going to show it? That's a little bit odd. You can barely see it on there. That there's something that shiny. What in the hell? Alright, give me a second. Oh, I know what it is. I think it's a reflector off of a trailer. Alright. Thought it was eye shine for a second. Okay. Yeah, my dog's just on crack. It's fine. Not literally, figuratively. Alright, Duchess, your turn. Where'd you go? Duchess, you want out? No?
Duchess, can you go potty?
Duchess. Guess not. Yeah, she's moping in the cage.
Oh, I think she can't go out.
Duchess, do you want out? Guess she doesn't. Strange feeling though. Got was when I was looking to buy a horse. I test rode it. He was still pretty rough in the face, but I didn't fall off. Poor guy was skittish. I used to work the kill floor. That is positively miserable. Did it for a decade. Oh no. Hate that. The place I worked was me and a crew of 3. We were a small country-ran organization. We were federally inspected, and we did everything humanely, correctly, and ethically to produce the best quality product, and you can't get the same promise for Walmart or Sam's.
Oliver's climbing over the couch.
Those animals and dropping. Got a strange feeling that we hired somebody and they came on for the wrong reason. They were out. Yeah, there are some sick motherfuckers out there that would take full advantage of the situation. And to be quite honest, that is just not a job that would be enjoyable. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love meat, and I know that meat needs to come from a source, but honest to God, that would be difficult. It was usually like, you're a little too anxious to be stunner operator or head dropper. Creep factor is a little much, bud, whereas a crew cutting you loose. I could, but it would get real old real quick.
I have trouble if I see a vein in my food.
Alright, so it's time for the roaches. These animals are bred unintentionally at this point as food. We have been separating the males and the females. This is probably the worst thing you're going to see tonight when it comes to our care. The population boom was to such an extent, and is still to such an extent, that you are going to see quite a lot of babies in this cage. We have the male cage and the female and juvenile cage. While we have the female and juvenile cage out, we will be sifting through to try and find males and or roaches that have just molt. Oliver, move. This is not pet time. This is not pet time.
He's like, hi, Dad.
Go.
Aw, poor baby.
Don't. Oh, poor baby me with that dog.
He's a poor baby, just like that.
I'm emotionally separating myself from that dog until bedtime.
Ooh, bite him, Oliver. Bite him. Right on the nuts. Not really.
One of our staff, his parents raised pork, so he had to be up at 4 a.m. to load them. 10-hour harvest floor day. Oh.
The Duchess is like, what about me?
No!
I'm dad.
Fucking fine. Whatever! Move. 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 Move! Damn dogs. Ain't nobody got time for your shenanigans. Okay, you're gonna need to give me a chance to actually sit down. Oliver and Duchess. Out of my way. Fucking quick anywhere. I'm gonna sit down. Oh my god. Oliver, no! Don't leave! Why do you think I came down here? Oliver! Oliver! What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Here, let me back it up even more here. Yeah. This is the puppy right here. Yeah. God, they use that freaking squeaky toy and it literally sounds like they're maiming an animal.
That's the only one I know where it is, too.
Yeah, Bobby. Come here. Come here. You're gonna get my attention. This is what you wanted. Don't touch this.
Where'd she go?
Getting in the way. Oliver. You know, I can pet both of you. He just went into his kennel to mope. Booty butt. Duchess. Aww. Duchess got kisses from the kitty cat. You guys are missing it.
Oh, he's listening.
No, he's not.
Wolf isn't?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the kitty cat. Yeah. That is so cute. That is so cute. Oliver. Let's bring you back this way. Why can't I? Okay, there we go. Oliver. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Oliver, your breath smells so bad. Oh, God, Duchess. Don't eat my face. Everybody gets scratches. Where's your scratch spot? I lost it, Oliver. I lost your scratch spot. Oh, no. Such a good boy. Yeah. Are we good now? Are we square? Now that I've patted your derriere. Oh, you want it too? What did you do to this poor toy?
You need to order a new set?
No, fuck that. All right. Oh! Did you guys get enough of the cute puppies? I hope so, because now we're going on to the roaches. All right. Alpha's here. Greetings from Oklahoma. Yeah, he is sleeping. Wolf is indeed sleeping. Okay, so let's get the females out. We're going to start sifting through those. See if we can find any males. Now this is what prey overcrowding looks like. Like I said, we have separated quite a few of the males from the females. These are easy to discern from each other because the males tend to have white dots on the tip of their abdomen. And what we'll do is we will do that. We'll go one by one if we see any with newer wings. And we will do abdomen checks. Come on. We're looking for any that are suspiciously small, because the males tend to run smaller. They tend to have narrower abdomens that don't generally pooch out on the sides. And as you can see, a lot of the juveniles are extraordinarily, well, not extraordinarily, they are ultra-ordinarily large. They are not extraordinarily small, like babies. We do have some really small ones in here, so there's likely a male that got through somewhere, but they have slowed down on their breeding. Hey, Chloe. How many, Darren? Oh, damn. Look at that. They don't even care. You're nothing but another wall to climb on. Okay, kid, come on. Show's over. Now, these are non-venomous. The most that they'll do is hit you with a little bit of stank. That is another female. No white on the abdomen. Again, a lot of these females are easy to discern because of the fact that their abdomens kind of pooch out. Another female. Once you get used to handling them, grabbing the bottom of the wings to kind of lift that up becomes second nature. Have them climbing on you. This one, we don't even need to lift the wing. No white dot. Hey, girlie, can I get you to turn around? They are very beautiful, though. So long as you can keep their breeding in line, they make for wonderful pets. If you're looking for something that you can hold, this would definitely be on the roster. They've also learned how to make tools. All right, come on. Can I get you to turn around? Yeah, I'm not seeing any signs of males whatsoever. There's another one. Yeah, see? No white on the abdomen. But yet again, they're doing what I don't want them to do, tipping over their water dish. That's why they have soggy mess on the other side of their cage. Okay, you trying to push their water dishes a little further down into the mud so they can't climb under them and push them back up. This is why we don't have nice things. So one side of their cage stays relatively dry, the other side keeps getting moisture because they're tipping shit over. Come here. Stop. Okay, that's a female. What really makes me feel better is that some of the younger females are showing signs that they've never copulated. And that makes me think that even if we've got one male in here, he is not doing as much damage as he could be. All right, so Duchess, do you need out now? Honey, you got it. I'm trying to wrap this up.
Duchess, you wanna go potty? Maybe.
There we go. Somewhere over there? I can't remember, honey. I'm trying to focus. Is it not like right over there? Did I bury it when I went to go and try to... Oliver, you already went out. Oliver! Is it underneath those...
Hey, damn it.
And their stings kept her alive. That's crazy.
No, Oliver.
Oliver, you've already been out. You are not going out again. Guys, I am running out of energy. Alright, so these guys still don't need to have their food switched out. These are our dubia roaches. They are a little bit harder to get to reproduce. You need to have a certain temperature, but we do have babies in here. These guys are even more vertically challenged. That's why we're not holding any of them up over the outside of the cage anymore. We have learned our lesson. That's a molt right there. It looks like they're all growing happily and healthily. Oh. No, these guys do not hiss. These are just standard feeder roaches. They're not Madagascar hissing cockroaches. The female dubias do not grow wings when they mature out. The adult males do. However, I have never seen an adult male fly, so I think it's just for show. I have seen the adult orange-head roaches fly for very short distances, so I do believe they are capable, they just don't get the chance. So we put this back. These guys do have direct heat because unlike the orange-head roaches, these guys need to have like 85 degrees to kick off the mating procedures. And that's literally why people have had such a hard time getting these roaches to copulate, is because they don't put direct heat on the side of the cage. It just needs to be enough to create the greenhouse effect that builds up the heat on the inside and ultimately provides the tropical environment necessary to thrive. I'm gonna wash my hands. Then we need to get everybody to bed. I'm fucking exhausted.
You are?
What?
I said you are?
I am. Library. Oh. Can you fix the cage that you destroyed? Well, it needs to have the water dish cleaned out and new food put in because you jostled it.
You put it in the way.
I did not.
Oh,
All right.
Mommy needs to take her medicine.
Well, that depends entirely on the species. Most species of roach that you find in the United States are either, what are those? Red runner roaches or German cockroaches. You're not going to see very many dubia roaches because of the habitat that they need to have consistently. And orange-head roaches just got onto the market. The orange-head roaches are big sons of bitches. Like mouse-sized roaches. The juveniles make for better feed than the adults because the adults will actually put off a chemical that might hinder an animal's drive to eat them, kind of like a skunk. But the juveniles don't have that luxury, at least not to the same extent. But yeah, dubia roaches, that's where I should have kept it. I never should have gotten the orange heads, because I was unaware that orange-head roaches could reproduce at temperatures down to 72 to 73 degrees. I've heard about the black dahlia. I haven't read about the black dahlia. I'm going to sit down for a second. I'm getting old, kids. I need to scroll up, because I miss a lot of the good conversation. Highlight Rosie, I feel the same. If you teach a lesson cruelty to a critter, don't be surprised that they learn the lesson. Pecos Hank, did you guys know that from watching humans, primates have learned how to domesticate canines? Wolves? Darren, that's interesting. Does it count for how they've learned to use tools too? Yeah, we saw the same thing. Yes, Rosie, same. Anything with kids or animals. No, they just learned that from their smarter primates. So those fire ants have shown signs of warlike tactics. One squad toward the front and another flanking its enemies. Yeah, they got straight up from us. Oh. Pheromones that react to the community. I heard a murder case, the girl stabbed severely. Yeah, fire ants. That is the same as humans. Women have a different shaped pelvis with the ability to abort children versus men who have more of a straight up and... I got into a fire ant cluster once in the water. In the water? Alf, how bad must your luck be that you just minding your business out in the wild and a raft made of ants manages to nail you? Not on dry land, out in the fucking water. Yeah, yes, that they do, Darren. The first thing I thought it was how terrible it is to debark a dog. Then I remember we have that in common. Ghetto. True crime is my favorite. Did you read? Mimi still here. It's the ghost stories and sometimes the aliens that creep me the fuck out. Oh my god.
Excuse me.
Do you have a swamp cooler in your back door? Because that gurgled, my dear. When I was going and walking the grounds during night shift, I heard something pitter-pattering on the roof of Public One. And I ran outside, scared half to death because it is just creepy as hell working the night shift at a garbage dump. And I looked up and I swear to God, it looked like the silhouette of a little man up on the roof. And the first thing that came to mind is, oh dear God, this is it. I'm going to get abducted by aliens. And then that little man went, woo! And I was like, it's a fucking owl. It's a fucking owl. Why do owls look like little gray men from Mars? Jesus, scared the shit out of me. Bobbit case.
So, hon, I've heard that with like canned goods, if they're dented, it's not always the best to eat them.
Yeah.
Is it the same with steaks?
No. Duchess!
She's like, hi, Daddy.
All right. I'm sure it wasn't the Mothman, primarily because something didn't drastically go wrong. In any case, you guys have a good night. Stay safe. Oh my God. Fuck. I think I heard about that case. That is horrifying, and that is not exactly the best way to leave this. But you guys have a good night. Stay safe. And remember, better not see you on the news unless it's good news. Got it?